and let's talk about self-directed learning. I am a huge advocate and a researcher of self-directed learning, and I think this is the ability of one to take responsibility to learn whatever it is that they need to learn. Futurist magazine has said that self-directed learning will be the most important skill taught in the future, for the future, and I think this is very true. And we have to consider this now in light of these generations. So think about what we just talked about with the generations and how what this may look like if we're teaching them to be self-directed. My work has focused in the field of desire, initiative, persistence, and resourcefulness as a self-directed learner. And what does it mean to exhibit these types of skills? The work on initiative by my colleague, Dr. Ponton, has defined initiative as being one that is goal-directed. We know the importance of setting goals, and we know the value of setting goals, and we know that people who set goals and work towards those goals are more likely to achieve those goals. You have an action orientation. I know many people who set plans, but they never go to the stage of action. If I need to learn something, can I quickly adapt and orientate myself to that action part of learning? They have persistence in overcoming obstacles. They take an active approach, and they're self-started. Self-startedness is very important when you think back to the kinds of skills that were identified as important 21st century skills. These are people who can self-motivate, they can self-start, they don't need someone to tell them what to do. They need to learn something, they go and learn it for their own satisfaction, for their profession, for their employment, whatever it might be. The work on resourcefulness by Dr. Carr talks about the importance of being able to prioritize learning over non-learning. We live in a world now that we are inundated by information. We learn and know more than any other generation and can find and access information. So how do we keep that learning as a top priority? How do we engage in learning activities as opposed to non-learning? This is what it means to be resourceful, not about getting to stuff, about being resourceful, about thinking about the learning in terms of the future benefits and how do we solve problems. The work in persistence is so important, I think, for people in the online format. Being able to persist and to stay with a learning that you're having through the e-platform can sometimes be very challenging for students. You have to have your own volitional control, and that is that you have the will to make yourself do something. Are you able to self-regulate your behavior? Can you self-manage your behavior? And can you work and persevere towards goals that you have set?